Do you have any allergies and still like a great cake? Well then, let me share with you an heirloom recipe my grandmother shared with me. This is a great recipe for those that are allergic to eggs and dairy. Here are the specific measurements needed for each ingredient. For this recipe, you will need flour, sugar, cinnamon, ground cloves, cocoa powder, baking soda, salt, oil, almond milk, pecans, and chocolate chips. The first step in making banana bread is to grease and oil your pan with oil and flour to prevent your batter from sticking. Next, preheat your oven to 350 degrees so you could be ready to put your bread in the oven. In a bowl, add 2 cups of flour, half a cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground cloves, 2 teaspoons of cocoa powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and mix until everything is well incorporated. In a large plate, mash 2 cups of ripe bananas until smooth, then add them to the bowl. Besides adding the 2 cups of ripe banana, also add 1/4 of a cup of oil and 3/4 of a cup of almond milk to the dry ingredients and mix them very well until you see no lumps at the end. Optionally, you can add half a cup of any nut, 1 cup of raisins, or 1 cup of chocolate chips for extra flavor, but be sure to incorporate everything well. And with a spatula, pour your batter in the pan and smooth it the top with the spatula. Now it is time to put your bread in the oven and set your timer on your iPhone for 1 hour and 15 minutes. To prevent the top of your loaf from burning, open the oven and put some foil on top of your loaf. Then close the oven door. This will ensure that your loaf will not burn on the top. Now for the most important step. It is important to check your dough for readiness by using a toothpick. To determine if your bread is ready, put the toothpick inside the bread, and if your stick comes out wet, then it's not ready and it needs more time to bake. But if your stick comes out clean, then it's a good indication that it's ready to come out of the oven. Once your bread shows no sign of doughiness, then it is time to take your bread out of the oven. Now place it in the counter and let it cool for at least 10 to 15 minutes before you take your bread out of the pan. To remove the bread from the pan, run a knife around the edges to loosen it. Then carefully flip the pan onto a plate to release the loaf. Now place the bread upright and cut a slice and enjoy. Thank you for watching. I hope people with dietary restrictions enjoy this recipe.